The Samsung Galaxy Watch Ultra is really cool, but is it as ultra as the name would seem to be? And yes and no. So I pre-ordered one. I got my hands on one for probably an hour and a half or so. I went to New York for the hands-on event demonstration before the Unpacked event on the 10th, and I got to take a look at it, mess around with it, have some time with the watch to develop some thoughts and feelings and all that stuff. And well, there are some advancements, and it's something that's cool. I have the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro, and I absolutely love that watch. I didn't get the Watch 6 or the Watch 6 Classic, any of that crazy stuff. I held off for this one. And there are some things about it that I really like, but there are a few things that are also, I think, a little on the misleading side too, because they call it the Ultra. And look, get this stuff out of your head about, oh, they copied Apple. Apple copied Samsung by stealing their Ultra name before Samsung could make a watch called the Ultra. And it's funny because you've got the Pro with the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro, which kind of copies Apple and their whole naming convention stuff. But anyway, so yes, it looks kind of like the Apple Watch Ultra, but they call it, I guess, a cushion design. It's like a rounded square design. I actually kind of like it. Somebody else had made a comparison to a Hermes, a Hermes, or whatever, how you pronounce that brand. I never even walked in there. I don't spend that much money on stuff. But yeah, it's not the most unconventional design we've ever seen, but it is new to Samsung. 47 millimeters. But here is where it gets a little on the squishy side when it comes to the numbers. Numbers can tell you things, but they don't always tell you everything unless you look at the right numbers. So it's a 47 millimeter watch, but really it's the same screen as the 44 millimeter watch. It just has that squared exterior bezel on it with the titanium, grade 4 titanium. That's cool. That makes it a little bit fatter, and it makes it have a bigger profile, but the screen is not actually bigger. It's the exact same screen, same processor, same almost everything as the Galaxy Watch 7. It just has the Ultra housing. And with the Ultra housing, so you get more battery. It has basically about double the battery life of the Galaxy Watch 7. It has about 35 milliamps more than the Apple Watch Ultra, but it actually has more battery life than the Apple Watch Ultra. So I believe the Galaxy Watch Ultra is rated for 48 hours, and then the Apple Watch Ultra is rated for 36 for normal use. But herein lies the rub. So 47 millimeters, but a 44 millimeter screen, it comes out to 1.5 inches. So it's a 1.5 inch screen. On the Apple Watch Ultra, you have a 1.91 inch screen. So the Apple Watch Ultra screen is actually 30% larger, even though it's a 49 millimeter watch versus a 47. So the 2 millimeters, the difference don't really tell the same story. But overall battery life is supposed to be better, and probably because it has a 30% smaller screen. It copied them in the dual GPS department. So some folks did complain about the GPS accuracy on previous versions of the Galaxy Watch. So you have the double GPS now, so it's using dual signal. So it's supposed to be more accurate, and then it has some crazy thing for cyclists where it can determine, I don't know, things called the PFT, FPT, something like that. I don't know. I've never done cycling in my life. I haven't even been on a real bike in, well, I don't know how long, but I do love the e-bikes. So it's good for that. It doesn't have the diving feature that the Apple Watch Ultra has, which that's a very, very niche thing. Like, it's a very fringe thing. I mean, how many people dive, much less how many people want a smartwatch that tells them how far they go down. But this is important because the Apple Watch Ultra goes down. It's certified, well, the range on it for the depth finder can go up to 40 meters, which is 120 feet. But it's actually rated, I believe, for further than that. The Samsung Galaxy Watch Ultra is rated for 10 atmospheres, which is 100 meters, I believe. Anyway, so yeah, you can take it in the water. It's something that's going to be perfectly fine in the water. It has the same protection. It's supposed to work with extreme heat and cold, just like the Apple Watch, and the extreme highs and extreme low. It goes basically just as high as the Apple Watch Ultra and just as far below sea level, if that's something you care about. As WatchOS 5, or sorry, Wear OS 5, it's the latest and greatest. It's the first Android watch launching with it. It does seem smoother. It seems faster. The new processor is definitely zippier and faster than the previous years. So that is a nice pick-me-up as well. It is more responsive, and it has a couple different features. Of course, it has the sleep detection, which is nice. It has the temperature in it for the menstrual cycle tracking and stuff, which is something that the Apple Watch does. Heart rate monitor, oxygen saturation, sleep apnea. So sleep apnea detection is something, and I was reading it. Basically, you have to have a Galaxy Watch, well, not a Galaxy Watch. You have to have a Samsung Galaxy phone, and I believe it works for, I think, the previous couple generations. I think the S24, S23, couple phones like that. But the big thing is that it detects you have to wear it for 2 days straight, sleep with it for 2 days. And during that 48-hour window and while you're sleeping for 2 days, it's supposed to measure and track your sleeping and tell you if you have sleep apnea. I don't know. We'll see. My wife tells me I snore sometime. And I like to tell her that she snores just to make her feel bad because, I snore and I feel bad about it. And she's like, "Oh, you were snoring." I'm like, "Well, you were snoring too." And she's like, "No, I wasn't." And I'm like, "Yeah, no, you weren't really snoring." She doesn't snore. But anyway, so yeah, we had snoring detection with the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro, which I thought was cool. But now we have sleep apnea detection. So that's pretty neat. And it's supposed to be good for exercise tracking, it's supposed to be good for GPS, all that stuff. $649. It's a very expensive watch, but the battery life is supposed to hold up pretty well. It's supposed to go up to 100 hours, I believe 100 hours in low power mode. And in low power exercise mode, it does, I believe, 48 hours or 36 hours, something like that. It's more than the Apple Watch Ultra. The Apple Watch Ultra in low energy exercise mode is like 18 hours. So there's a couple areas. If you really are an exercise enthusiast, there are some reasons to get this watch, especially with the longer battery life. Now, I get better than predicted or estimated battery life because I don't have a whole lot of notifications turned on and I don't really work out a lot. So sorry if y'all thought I was like a fitness influencer, but I'm not. The only thing I'd be fitting is fitness Mexican food in my mouth and drinking lots of Dr. Pepper, which is not really quantified very well on a watch, except for maybe it will be now. It has like this new age score, and it's an acronym, AGE, that's supposed to take into consideration like your heart rate, your exercising, all sorts of things, and tell you, how old your body actually is or something like that, which supposedly is some sort of complex metrics. Anyway, I'll be interested to tell me I'm old and I'm fat, which I'm sure it will do. It's supposed to do the BMI measurement too, which is kind of also iffy previous generations. But hey, lots of the same sensors, lots of the same stuff as the previous generation. But yeah, they put it in a new foundation and they gave us the new chip. We got a new screen up to 3000 nits brightness. That's nice. That's exactly on par with the Apple Watch Ultra. 3 different colors. They have like I think it's a gray, a black, and a white. I got the white one. There was actually 3 different bands as well, and I wasn't paying attention to that because it was late at night and I had been like working my tail off and traveling for 2 days in a state of delirium. So I think I got myself the aquatic band, which is the more rubberized one, not the more like the cloth one, which I have with my Apple Watch Ultra. So I'm gonna have to get another band probably because I don't really like rubber bands. I was actually skeptical about it. When I first got my Apple Watch Ultra, I did get the Alpine Loop band, and I was like, no, this is kind of dumb. And then it grew on me, and I really like it. So, yeah, there's 3 different bands. There's different colors you can get. And there's only, of course, one size, 47 millimeter, $649. It's $150 cheaper than the Apple Watch Ultra. Apple Watch Ultra does also have a little bit of a leg up because it has that S9 chip in it that has onboard Siri on the watch. Now, you do get smart replies with the Galaxy Watch Ultra if you have an S23 or an S24 or Fold. I was reading the asterisks. I know the Fold 6, the Flip 6, and I think this 24 for sure. And it's going to be backward compatible with more phones later on with smart replies. So smart replies is something where it takes into consideration your tone and how you normally write things, and it will give you smart replies that you can use on your watch to send back to people. I mean, of course, it's got the microphone. You can use it as a speakerphone, answer your phone, all that crazy stuff. But yes, you can use it with the smart replies if you so choose. And I'll test it out whenever it gets around to doing that. But overall, yeah, I think it looks really nice. I think that it's a fancy looking watch. They've got great trade-in value. So right now, so it's $649, right? And then you can trade in, maximum trade-in value, you get up to $350. So if you trade in your Galaxy Watch 5 Pro, I believe the Galaxy Watch 6 or an Apple Watch Ultra, if you feel so inclined, you can get that maximum $350 trade-in credit. My thoughts, it looks nice. Like, it looks really nice. It is a little heavier. It's 3 times heavier than the Galaxy Watch 7. So if you want something thin, low profile, I mean, this is going to be a big change from the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro as well, which one thing I really loved about it was so sleek. It was really sleek, really lightweight, and I really liked it a lot. So now, of course, you've got all the newer features that go on there, titanium. It's got the sapphire crystal still on top of it. And yeah, it'll be pretty neat. We'll see how things go, and I'm interested to test it out once mine finally gets here. And I've seen some people shipping early, but we'll see if mine ships early. I don't know. Of course, you can still do the pre-order deal stuff right now. That's with that $350 enhanced trade-in value, all that stuff. Got a link in the description. It's affiliate link, takes you straight to the Samsung website. But yeah, it's a step up. It's a step in the right direction. It's very comparable in so many different ways. It's even got the built-in emergency siren, which I think goes up to like 86 decibels, which somebody's supposed to be able to hear from quite a ways away. So you get the emergency alert and all that stuff. And you can find it with the Samsung Galaxy Find My with a One UI 6.1 phone. So yeah, you can even find your watch with your Samsung phone now. So lots of cool things there. I think with the trade-in value, it's like a no-brainer. It really is such a good price if you can get the maximum trade-in credit. If you're buying it and paying $649, it's a lot of money. And I know, like, I bought my Apple Watch Ultra last year. That cost me a lot of money. I didn't trade in a watch for that. I bought the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro 2 years ago, and then I didn't have anything to trade in for that either because I don't typically use Samsung watches. But the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro brought me back to the Galaxy watches, and then now the Galaxy Watch Ultra, I'm finally upgrading. I didn't feel like the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro, I didn't feel like the Galaxy Watch 6 was much of an upgrade, but I feel like this one is, and it looks gosh darn cool. At least I think it does anyway. So that's all I've got in the video. Hopefully this helped you out. Again, this is something where, I did have some hands-on time with it. I did get to ask Samsung questions. I did get a whole product briefing on it, and I've been scouring through specs and everything. And of course, this is all off the top of my head. One recording, I'm at like 11 minutes and 45 seconds right now. This is all done from my memory. So if I miss something, if there's one or two things in there that I didn't get quite 100% accurate, I know it's close, and hopefully this was helpful if you're trying to make a purchasing decision about the watch. If you want something cool, if you want something like the Apple Watch Ultra, if you want something comparable, then yeah, it's probably going to be an upgrade for most of your watches. There's not been anything like this really in the Galaxy Watch lineup before, plus the Wear OS 5, plus the new chipset, plus they increased the storage space on it. And there's just a lot of little niceties that maybe you don't notice just from looking at it other than design, but it should run better under the hood. You're going to have better GPS for your tracking. The sleep apnea detection is pretty cool. I can't wait to test that out. And overall, I'm excited for mine to get here, and I got the white version. So if you ordered one, let me know which one you got. Let me know which color you're interested or you bought. I'd love to hear that. And also let me know your thoughts. You think it's worth it? Do you think it's a gimmick? Do you think it's stupid? Tell me. We'll talk about it. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.